Okay, we're gonna shoot this helium tank with this AR 500. It's chambered in 500 Auto Max. It's gonna be awesome.
Alright guys, today we're going to make a video that's been requested for a while. We have the Desert Eagle 50 AE versus 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So I've got several different things to shoot today, but you guys are probably going to be mad at me because I know you want to see some hard casts, but I couldn't find any hard casts for the 50 AE.
You suck!
I do have hollow points though, so to make this fair, we'll use hollow points for the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum and for the Desert Eagle 50 AE. The ammunition we're using in today's video was sent to us by Underwood Ammo, a special thanks to them. For the Desert Eagle, we have some 300 grain hollow points, and for the 500 Magnum, we have some 350 grain hollow points. And here they are side by side. Here's the Desert Eagle 50 AE and the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So we're running low on pine boards, but I have something a little tougher for today's test. I have some dried oak. They're a little over 3/4 of an inch thick, and they're pretty tough. First up is the Desert Eagle. Okay, let's see what we got. 1, 2, and it cracked number 3. This oak is pretty tough. There's the bullet. So here's the bullet, and it's still a little warm. The Desert Eagle went through one board and got stuck in the second board. Let's see if we can do any better with the 500 Magnum. Okay, so we hit here. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like we stopped on 4. There's the bullet. Woo! Man, that's hot. Shout out to Edwin for burning my finger. Edwin, this is for you. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, so there's the bullet. I'm not going to touch it again. And we went through 3 boards, and we stopped on number 4. We're going to have to shoot these with something bigger sometime. So, 500 Magnum 1, Desert Eagle 0. Now let's move on to some cinder blocks. We're going to start out with the Desert Eagle. Let's go check it out. So the Desert Eagle went through 1 cinder block, and it doesn't look like it even touched the second one. And I do not see the bullet. Let's see if we can do any better with the 500 Magnum. Okay, the 500 Magnum also went through 1 cinder block, but had enough power to knock down the second one. I don't really see any marks, but it did knock it over. And this block is has a little more damage done to it than the 50 AE. So the 500 Magnum went through more boards, but the 500 Magnum and the 50 AE both went through 1 cinder block. Now let's shoot some water jugs. I have 8 1-gallon water jugs set up, and we're going to start out with the Desert Eagle. Okay, so we didn't catch the bullet. We went through 5 water jugs and then the bullet deviated and shot out the top. I want us to get a good reading, so luckily I bought more water jugs. Let's try again. Maybe I'll shoot with 2 hands this time. I know that's what y'all are going to say. Scott shoots 2 hands. What happened? Okay, I'm going to use 2 hands this time. Just kidding. Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing ever. So we had 7 water jugs that time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and almost made it into 5. Check that out. It stopped on the water jug. It's pinned in between these 2 jugs. You know what this bullet looks like? So the Desert Eagle went through 4 water jugs and stopped on number 5. I'm not going to count the first go around where it went through 5 water jugs because the bullet started to deviate upward and it was going through less water. Now let's see how many we make it through with the 500 Magnum. Okay, so we had 9 water jugs. It looks like we went through 1, 2, 3, 4. We did not make it into 5. Here's number 4, and it looks like the bullet is in there. Here's the problem though, we hit low, and see there's where the bullet hit, and I'm afraid that it may have hit the table and slowed it down. So, we gave the 50 AE 2 tries. We're going to give the 500 Magnum 2 tries. But first, let's get this bullet out of here. I'm sure it looks pretty cool. Oh man, check that out. That is awesome. Round 2. And this will be the last round because I don't have any more water jugs. You won't believe this. Okay, so we had 8 water jugs that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stopped on 6. And the bullet is wedged in between the 2 water jugs, just like the 50 AE. I cannot believe that happened twice. Oh, that's water in it. So now we're going to finish up by shooting a piece of steel. This steel is 3/16 of an inch thick. I have it angled just a little bit so that if the bullet does ricochet, it should hit the dirt. But just to be safe, I'm going to scoot back a little bit, so I'm going to be out of frame. You won't see me shooting. And we're going to start out with the Desert Eagle 50 AE. And I'm going to be about 30 feet back. And yes, I'm still shooting with one hand. Looks like a no-go. Okay, here's where we hit. And you can see it hit that steel pretty hard. But it did not make it all the way through. It tried to make it through, and you can even see a piece of lead right here that squeezed through that steel. But it did not have enough to make it through. Let's see if we can. I don't think that I'm going to be able to get that out of there. Now let's see if we can punch through with the 500 Magnum. Looks like we have a winner. Okay, so again, the 50 AE hit here. It tried to push through the steel, but it just did not have enough power. And the 500 Magnum, well, it blew through the steel like a hot knife through butter. Left a pretty good size hole. All right, pinky, ring finger, middle finger. Uh-oh. I need an adult! Well, as much as I'd like to stay out here and shoot, it's starting to get dark and I'm starting to get hungry. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. The tests that we did today were by no means scientific, but if I was going to judge by today, So I know today's tests weren't perfect. It was more like redneck science. But if I wasn't going to compare velocities or muzzle energy, and I was just going to use today's test to decide which caliber had more power, I think the obvious winner today is the 500 Magnum. For today's question, I want to know if you could have a Desert Eagle 50 AE or a 500 Magnum, which one would you choose? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I appreciate you watching. Be sure and give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're a new subscriber, make sure you hit that little bell at the top. It's going to give you notifications when we upload new videos. Also, be sure to check out Kentucky Ballistics Clothing and check us out on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links are in the description down below. Again, my name is Scott. You've been watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.